Good evening, everyone. Who do we have for state and defense?
This is Sarah Takessian, Your Honor.
Good evening. Do we have somebody for county attorney?
Mr. Mayor, do you want to stand up?
All right. Good evening, Mr. Goodman. You good to go?
I'm good to go, Your Honor.
All right. Good evening, ma'am. Can I get your name?
Brittany Lyles.
All right, ma'am. We're seeing you this evening because it looks like you've got some newer felony charges, and you also have a couple of other matters pending, and it looks like Marana and Oro Valley Court. So we're going to be talking about your release conditions and your next case, the court dates, and all your matters. First off, you do have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You also have the right to an attorney, and as we go through your cases, I'll let you know if anyone's getting court appointed. So I want to start with the felony matter first. In that case, you were charged with possession of a narcotic drug and possession of drug paraphernalia. I'm appointing the public defender's office to represent you. Now, the state is recommending pretrial services with a steps court hearing. Counsel, that's my inclination. Anyone want to be heard any further?
Nothing further from the state, Your Honor.
Nothing further from defense, Your Honor, and we'll waive time if she's being released.
All right, ma'am. So what the parties are telling me is that you might qualify for a diversion program on this felony case. It's treatment focused. It's the STEPS program that I was just mentioning. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set a hearing for April the 20th at 9 o'clock in the morning. That'll give you a chance to meet with the team, learn about the program, see if you qualify, and see if it's something you want to do. Now, if you complete the program, it can result in these charges never actually being filed. Is that something you're interested in?
Yes.
Your Honor, and I will say I did already look into her history. If she shows up, I will offer her the program. So please show up to your hearing that the judge gives you.
Okay, so make sure you make that first court date. Make sure you stay in touch with your public defender in case you forget about the court date, so that way you get there. Because if you don't get there, you're not going to get the program. I'm also going to set a preliminary hearing for May the 26th. That'll be at 1:30 in the afternoon. I will release you to pretrial services. You'll have to comply with any directions they give you in terms of monitoring or treatment. No alcohol or illegal drugs, and no firearms or weapons. And I will note that time is waived for that steps process. Now, you also have a couple other cases where you failed to appear for court, but what I'm going to do is, since you're going to be supervised by pretrial services, I'm going to give you a shot on release in these matters as well, but you need to get these taken care of. So in your Miranda case, you were charged with misdemeanor shoplifting. I'm going to set a court date of May the 6th, and that will be at 10 o'clock in the morning. You'll get separate paperwork for all of your court cases showing all of your court dates. As release conditions in that case, no alcohol or illegal drugs, no contact with any alleged victims or the incident location. And then in your third matter, this is out of Oro Valley. You had been charged with theft. Again, I'm going to release you on your own recognizance, and if I didn't mention that on the Miranda case, it's going to be ROR as well. In this case, I'm setting also for May the 6th. I cannot change these court dates. I believe they're both on the same date. So if you can't make both of them, you need to make sure you contact the courts to get something moved. Do you understand?
Yes.
All right, so again, no alcohol or illegal drugs, no contact with any alleged victims or the incident locations. So like I said, you will get copies of all of paperwork for each of your cases. Make sure you make all of your court dates, because if you don't, then a warrant can issue for your arrest. Do you understand?
Yes.
All right, you're excused.
Daisy, Peter.
Hello, can I get your name?
Peter Bays.
Right, sir, we're seeing you this morning because you've got some matters pending in Tucson City Court. You also have a warrant out of Pima County Justice Court, so we're going to be talking about your release conditions and next court dates. Now, you do have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You also have the right to an attorney, and as we go through your cases, I'll let you know if anyone's getting court appointed. You have the right to be present for all of your court dates. However, if you don't come to court, then a warrant can issue for your arrest, and those hearings will happen without you. Also, if you're convicted and can't be sentenced within 90 days because of your failure to appear, then you could also lose your right to a direct appeal. So starting in your justice court case, you were charged with driving on a suspended license. A warrant was issued for your arrest back on September the 23rd of 2024. What I'm going to do is I'm appointing John Illis to represent you. I will order that you be held on the $200 cash or secured amount listed in the warrant. As conditions of release, you are not to drive without a valid license, and your next court date will be April the 13th at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Now, in your city court matters, you have two cases. One is from 2019, the other is from 2021. In these matters, I am going to appoint the city public defender's office to represent you. And it looks like these both involve probation revocations. In one case, you were charged with criminal trespass in the first degree, and the other you were charged with criminal trespass in the third degree. I'm going to order that you be held on a separate $200 cash or secured bond. As conditions of your release, you're not to have any contact with any alleged victims, and you're not to go back to the incident location. Now, your next court date in your city court matters will be a video review hearing on April the 20th at 1:45 in the afternoon. If you're out of custody, your next court date will also be April 20th at 1:45 in the afternoon. So basically, if you're out of custody, you need to get down to city court on your own. If you're in custody, they'll take care of getting you to your hearing. Now, sir, you need to make sure that you make all of your court dates if you're released. If you don't come to court, then a warrant will issue. Do you understand?
Yes, it's the honor. I have a total of how much? $500.
So you have $200 in your city court cases, and then you have $200 in your justice court case. And each of those are separate and they're cash or secured.
Cash is secured.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
That's
Is
all.
there anybody here on my behalf in the court?
I don't believe so, sir.
No.
I don't see
Okay.
anybody. But that's all
Okay.
for
Thanks.
this evening. You're excused.
All right. Thank you.
Elders, Dakota.
Hello, can I get your name?
Dakota Childers.
All right, sir, we're seeing you this evening because you have a number of cases pending in Tucson City Court. You also have what looks like new misdemeanor charges out of Green Valley Justice Court. So we're going to be talking about your release conditions and next court dates in all of your cases. Now, you do have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You also have the right to an attorney. And as we go through your cases, I'll let you know if anyone's getting court appointed. You have the right to be present for all of your court dates.